The 12-year-old Percy Jackson, from The Lightning Thief, tells us he is a demigod, half human. When Percy discovers he is the Greek sea god, Poseidon's son, his entire world is upended. The narrative takes place against the backdrop of a developing war on Mount Olympus between the gods. The majority of the book takes place in the present era, but there is a unique twist. Greek mythology from antiquity is not only authentic, but also permeates daily existence. The demigod's safe haven, Camp Half-Blood, becomes a hub. Percy and his companions travel across the country on their quest, from New York to Los Angeles, where they come across legendary creatures and overcome many obstacles. The story's protagonist and narrator is Percy Jackson. He's a clever and sarcastic teenager who, following a string of paranormal occurrences, learns of his divine heritage. As he faces the difficulties of being a demigod and comes to terms with his role in the world, Percy travels on a path of self-discovery. Following a terrifying encounter with a minotaur, Percy finds himself at the demigod summer camp known as Camp Half-Blood. Here, he meets other half-bloods such as Grover, a satyr who guards Percy, and Annabeth Chase, the daughter of Athena. At the camp, Chiron, the sage and knowledgeable centaur, takes on the role of mentor to Percy. A demigod with the ability to either save or destroy Olympus is revealed to have a prophecy that says he will make a significant choice by the time he turns 16. Because of his birth circumstances and possible link to a stolen lightning bolt, Percy plays a major role in this prophecy. Zeus charges Percy with stealing his lightning bolt, a potent weapon that has the potential to start a god's war if it is not returned by the summer solstice. Percy starts a search to identify the true thief and avert a disastrous war in spite of his denials. In an attempt to recover the pilfered bolt and clear his name, Percy embarks on a dangerous cross-country trek. He meets many mythological creatures along the way, such as Medusa and the Furies. Luke Castellan, Percy's closest friend, turns out to be the mastermind behind the theft and is fighting the gods. As part of his quest, Percy travels to the underworld, where he meets Hades and must overcome obstacles in order to gather 3 pearls that will allow him to leave the world of the dead. Percy discovers more about his own abilities and the intricate relationships among the gods during this perilous journey. One of Percy's obstacles is to defeat Medusa, the hideous being that can turn people into stone. Percy successfully makes his way through Medusa's lair with the aid of Grover and Annabeth, learning crucial details about Luke's schemes. In the Lotus Hotel and Casino, where the 3 also go, time runs differently. In order to complete their mission, Percy and his companions must withstand the Lotus Flower spell, which causes blissful forgetfulness. Percy discovers the extent of Luke's treachery as he approaches the mystery. Luke intends to overthrow Olympus and create a new order led by demigods out of resentment toward the gods. The theft of the lightning bolt is a component of his bigger plan. Grover, Annabeth, and Percy confront Ares, the god of war, who is in possession of the bolt that was stolen. Ares challenges Percy to a duel, and Percy proves his strength and resolve by defeating the god with the aid of his friends and his newly acquired skills. Now that the lightning bolt has been found, Percy must return to Mount Olympus before the summer solstice in order to avert a god's war. Despite a number of challenges, such as the Chimera and Luke's schemes, the 3 manage to arrive at Olympus in time. Percy approaches Zeus at Olympus and reveals Luke as the real mastermind behind the theft. Percy, however, is adamant about a more equitable and compassionate relationship between gods and demigods and will not play the role of pawn in the gods' power struggles. The gods acknowledge Percy's bravery and possible part in the events that are transpiring as the novel comes to a close. Even though the immediate crisis is resolved, Percy feels that more difficult obstacles are still to come and that the prophecy will continue to cast a shadow over his life. Identity, friendship, and the fallout from parental expectations are among the themes that The Lightning Thief examines. Percy is on a self-discovery journey as he wrestles with his divine heritage and the obligations that entail. The idea of defying authority figures and the status quo is also discussed in the book. During the narrative, Percy experiences a substantial transformation in his character. He changes from a bewildered and dubious demigod to a hero who accepts his gifts and questions the established hierarchies of power between gods and humans. Grover and Annabeth are two examples of the supporting characters who develop and add to the main story. Because of Rick Riordan's use of humor and a contemporary voice in his writing, young readers will find the ancient myths interesting and approachable. The story is made funnier by Percy's witty and sarcastic narration, which counteracts the darker themes of betrayal and war. Widespread praise was given to The Lightning Thief for its creative fusion of modern settings and Greek mythology. Thanks to its compelling story and likable characters, it has grown to be a popular young adult book. The Percy Jackson and the Olympians series was expanded as a result of the novel's success, and other related works and film adaptations followed. The climax of The Lightning Thief establishes the framework for Percy's subsequent exploits and the developing prophecies. The novel's inventive retelling of Greek mythology and its capacity to connect with readers of all ages are key factors in its success. The books in the series that follow Percy Jackson's journey will delve deeper into the struggles and victories of being a demigod in a world where myths from antiquity and contemporary reality coexist. Be sure to check out the new Percy Jackson show airing on Disney Plus today.